With this, I can use it and aim it. So this can be, a lot of times when I'm playing with this, I'm using it as what it is, meaning spray ball, where I can spray ball. Okay. I can also use it to simulate using a gun. No, it's not a gun, it's a water ball, spray water. And it has about a 10-meter range. And 5 meters or so, it has a straight trajectory. As some at that maximum effective range, I had to aim like a holdover. I had to aim above, and then the line of water goes up and then down. Now, with a gun or something like this, you shouldn't have to aim to hit. If you can't hit at these distances from the fence ranges without aiming, there's something wrong. Meaning, I should be able to just look at you and do this and hit what I want to hit. Another way that I like to use things like this is if I start from a low radical and just looking at you, I can hit. So I have the weapon lined up with the center of my body, and I'm just turning and facing what I want to hit, raise the weapon, and it's very easy for me to hit what I want to hit. They shouldn't have to aim with it. And at these distances, I should be able to hit like this and like this too. But it's easier to hit if I start here, position my body, rotate my body to what I want to hit, and then just bring the weapon up, and I'm looking at what I want to hit the targets on, and not using the sights, which you can do in this little thing in the front. I shouldn't have to do that. It's just here, and I'm looking at you, and then shooting. And there he is. So, from here, I can have a two-hand grip. I can have a two-handed grip. I don't know if you can see one in the kitchen. So from here, I can have a two-handed grip, like this, or use the left hand to shoot. So here, I can do no look. I can do no look from here. Just turn this out and fire. Or I can do one-handed, the left hand, and go here. Or I can use both hands. Now, a lot of times when I do these drills, I'm doing shadow boxing, which means like shadow boxing, you imagine things. Like you start shadow boxing, it's like, okay, there's a guy in front of me, he throws a head kick, and it's like I'm imagining that that's his attacking with that. Like, oh, now it's over here, turn and attack this. So a lot of times I start, let's say it's here, and it's like somebody at the door, let's say, because this is not training, slicing the pie and these things. I'm not a SWAT team or a squad of soldiers clearing a home that I'm entering, not knowing how many people are in there, if there's somebody in this corner or something like this. So if I'm starting from here, for example, I might be training being in the kitchen, a scenario, and hearing a window break in the living room. And I've been at home all day, so it's not the same, I'm saying. I'm not training to clear a house that I just came into, and it's like, I don't know where the guy is. He could be in that corner, how many are there, could be someone in that room. So I don't have to clear every room. I'm at home, I'm playing home defense, which means I'm up in the kitchen, I hear, for the shadow boxing, a window break in the living room, and quickly maneuver to engage the person who just entered my living room. And I don't have to clear my bedroom on the way. I had to clear slow and steady and everything, slice the pipe on. I don't have to clear my bedroom and my bathroom, because right now I'm starting out from the kitchen. I just heard something break in the living room, and I'm moving to the living room to begin engaging the intruder. And then after doing that, come in here, and you're like, oh, he made it this far when I start engaging. I heard something break. By the time I'm in here, he's here, and I engage him. And it's like, oh, now I heard the window break in the kitchen, go to the kitchen. So I had some Lucy yesterday, try to act as if what I was doing wasn't good. Here's some losers, the haters gonna get blocked. So I had some hate yesterday. Be like I said, they were asking like this, you don't know anything about slicing. I know about slicing the pie. Now, that's not how I'm operating here. Meaning, if I was somebody that came from the front door, and I'm gonna clear this house, it's like, I don't know if the guy or guys, how many people there are. It's like, maybe there's a guy in the bathroom. Maybe there's a guy in here. Maybe there's a guy in the kitchen. So it's like that, it's slow and steady and careful. It's like, I'm gonna go here, I need to be aware there's a angle, somebody has to cover this angle, clear the room this way. That's not the scenario. The scenario is me, I'm at home, there's a sudden intruder, and then I'm trained realistically, which means I might go and start in the kitchen. So it's like in the kitchen, and you see me run in here and start shooting at him with the water bottle. That's, I heard a noise, the window broke in the living room. I move towards the intruder, start engaging, let's say here, maybe this far, as I start shooting him with the water, okay? And then I might turn into, rather have repeat the safety overall again, I might go after doing that, oh shit, I just heard a window break in the kitchen, spin around and then start moving over there. And right now I'm using only the water bottle right here. And there's different ways I can do this. So, for example, I can start from my bedroom here. And aggressive, and just move forward. So a lot of times it's like, there's different ways to do things, meaning you can be slow, steady, and defensive. A lot of times I have a ranged weapon, and my main objective is closing the distance. And while I'm close to the distance, I can engage him on the way with my water bottle. The main thing is going to be deploying an edge weapon and attacking, getting into range. So a lot of times I'm doing these drills, I'm maneuvering aggressively and not super defensively. Now, obviously, another thing I can do is to come in here, start engaging, and then hold my ground here and have a second like a knife. So, right now I'm using only this. Here's another drill I've been doing, and this works for gunfighting too. So at home defense distances, you should be able to hit without using your irons. a lot of times how I like to, this happen. So here, have the weapon low ready, and if I start like this, assume this position, see? And then I can turn or rotate, see? A lot of times I like to have a stable shooting platform where I'm moving and I'm not moving that much up and down. And from here, you should be able to hit just looking at what you want to hit and shoot them. This has about, well, I said 10 meters. It's about 5 meters. Okay. And maxed out, it's like up to 10 meters range. And right now I'm using this here as a secondary, here. Which means if I get in range, I can quickly attack with this. This is what you can do, you can have it like this, or like this. So from the kitchen, I have to advance to get in range. So a lot of times it is very aggressively, where it's like I'm closing the distance, hitting the person as I close the distance, and it's like I'm working close the distance attack them with my edge weapon. That's what I'm going to do now. Again, here, well, I'm going to do something else. I come right here. That's a line. Somebody can go line. So from here, the training here is what? It's mid shooting. This is not called recovery, but it's covered. It's concealment. It's this concealment or recovery. The bullets will go to them. But see, let me go here. See, bang, 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 motherfucker. Bang, 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 bang. Now this is, it's too long. Okay. But from here, now remember, I don't have to clear this. It's like I'm not in home order. It's a home invasion. Where I'm directly contact with somebody living or in. There's somebody here. Somebody there. So from here, they cover here, and anything like his other range here, say. And if it's close to the distance, I can engage it here. Once he gets it around there, see. Okay. Yes. Now, here is another thing. Yeah. So, It's just a person coming through the and now I'm not going to close the distance. So from here, I can go back and I'm ready to hit anything that's there. Okay. Now, a lot of times it would be, okay, from here, it could be that he's still going through the window. So I'm going to advance quickly here, get behind cover if I want to. Keep cover and I can engage it from here. Somebody came in over lie. You don't know what to talk about. He trains over the first to stop people taking to the cycle again. He was searching before, I don't know how many times, but he searched on himself. I said that I would take the cycle because that's all after some Christian from being an autistic person, he described a kid and stuff. Like I started talking about that, called the main cycle. Say people don't have to make it disorder and then get into the cycle. And I was taught that they didn't notice how they didn't say I'm psychotic or insanity. But going to the cycle doesn't mean impressive. When I went to the cycle, they didn't say I'm psychotic or crazy or paranoid or offended. Or cycle I'm delusional. When I got in the cycle for speaking out about being abused, and then the abusers were an adult Catholic who made this mental crazy and it's like, these people have been abusing me correctly. He's paranoid and crazy and think with he's being a cycle. So I'm not training to protect myself from the cycle. I'm training for a home invasion system. You understand? It'd be different if I was training to fight a sport, which I'm not doing. But if you're a lying piece of shit, it's not true. Yeah, I was taken one time and they didn't say I'm crazy. Then I got taken, I got smaller. So basically, I live in a home with autism. And I had taken staff. And for a long time, I felt abused by kids and staff. We were working with my parents, working to mess with me. And as I started talking about that, I started talking to some people. So most people started talking about it. And I started talking about these people are messing with me, and I think personally that they don't believe this. And this is what I was talking about. This is what someone was saying. And I believe that they put out and against all the country find out the problem. Okay, send people call the cycle, and they call, and I get sworn and put section. Now, I didn't, I got clear, they didn't say I'm paranoid or crazy, I didn't get diagnosed. I got let go from the cycle. But it's 36 hours. Which means pretty much as soon as they had available time for me to talk, they talk to me. But right after I got a call. No white paranoid, white crazy, no neuropsychology or paranoid. And basically, like I can tell he's autistic. Okay. Basically that. So I'm going to call it a video, a Christian being persecuted, and I'm going to call it a secret program. And one of the risks, if you don't really speak out about what's happening to you, is there'll be an effort to discredit you and say that you're crazy and paranoid. And people, there's something called dollar attack, which means if somebody's abusing another person, the person who has to abuse, they'll take the lie attack because they're confounding it. It's like, this guy is crazy and thinks that that's what we're concerned about. We're worried because he's getting more worked up all the way. And stuff. Yeah, and what am I saying? You can get worked up to push my buttons. Okay. And you had me pushing my buttons. And I've been saying that they do it on purpose. It's like, well, this guy says that when you do bad things to him on purpose, so he's a paranoid. So, no, that's not what I'm training for. Because obviously they don't send one man in this one thing. Okay, you did it. If we would send a SWAT team here, it's not going to be one guy coming through the balcony. Okay, and one board is not going to do much. They're full of shit. Okay. They're really full of shit. Now that's a cyber stalker, most likely. Somebody working on this program. Now notice how you use my comment section as perception management. Well, Mike, this is interesting. We have to work here. Hey, don't forget, we need to like people are watchers. Like this is a crazy person on camera. Okay, he's a crazy person. This is why he's training. I don't train against that. Okay. Yeah, when the SWAT team came, I handed myself over peacefully. So I don't know if you understand. This is home defense training against somebody coming into my home. This is home defense. And when the SWAT team came, it was pretty much unnecessary. But when the SWAT team came, I didn't try defending against it. I handed myself over. Then most of the time before I handed myself over was because I wanted to verify PRD. I want to make sure that it's police officers. Because I just get a call from somebody claiming to be the cops and saying I should come outside with our weapons, pretty much. And people can claim anything. So after I got sure that it was the cops, eventually I gave myself in. And it wasn't that dramatic. Okay? It wasn't that dramatic. So, speed is important. So, yeah, no, I'm not crazy. I'm a person speaking the truth. I'm a Christian being persecuted, total gang stalking for real this video. Kind of pathetic that you have to work to make me crazy because it's all negative perception management. Remember, when this guy's nuts and lying, okay? I'm trained in home defense as a little person, also like a cyber. This guy has been in a section. So basically this guy's crazy. No, I'm not crazy. I had caregiving staff that I was accusing of abusing me covertly for the gang stalking program. And after a while, they start saying that I'm crazy, and they basically get me sworn and play dodgeball games. But they're painting me as crazy. Now, a SWAT team comes and gets me, and I get to take it to the psych ward, and being put in the psych ward doesn't mean you're crazy. So after going to the psych ward, I did say I'm paranoid, or schizophrenic, or delusional. So I didn't get section for being crazy. I got section because people accused me of things. And going to psych ward, I got cleared and let go. So they didn't say this guy's paranoid, crazy, delusional, anything, paranoid or anything. And they let me go. So. You will beat the SWAT. Once again, somebody told her. First of all, I'm not training to beat the SWAT team. Okay. If I want to beat a SWAT team, I'd like to have firearms. I'd like to have explosives. I'd like to have heavy body armor. There's a lot of things that I would like to have if I would want to fight a SWAT team. And I'm not looking to fight a SWAT team, okay? So now I don't have to have, now you see two-handed grip, which is pretty much unnecessary with this one. But
with this, this is a low ready, and having it like this, I can walk like this. A lot of times, how I like to operate, like train or do things basically, if it's a ranged weapon, is to have bent knees, the weapon in the middle, and I'm ready. And if I see something, I can turn to engage it, and I don't have to aim. At these ranges, you shouldn't have to use the irons if there's irons like that. So from here, see, I just spin around and I hit a headshot. So that's not impressive. But it's like I shouldn't have to like aim and things like this. It should just be here. See, I spin around and I hit him. See, and that's basically like a ready position here. But from here, this is good. Basically, bent knees a lot of times. It's like not walking as if you're on stilts, but having slightly bent knees. And I can have this wide stance, or if I'm pushing forward a lot of times, I will push with the right leg, and the right leg is like the engine, and the left leg is bouncing. So it's like lift the left leg and moving forward. Now, a lot of times, if you're looking to use the range weapon, you're looking to maintain the range, okay? But it is different ways to go about things. This is a high bag capacity. Okay, it's more than 100 squirts. Now it becomes less reliable, the last part of the bottle, because if it's tilted a little bit, it pulls in air. Yeah, that's another thing for me. Yeah. So there's different ways to do things, and it depends on what you're dealing with. So if I'm defending against a ranged weapon in trigger, staying behind cover here, and things like this even make sense. I don't know if you can see. Is it, maybe I should have gone live in the white angle. You should be able to see that corner. So if it's a ranged weapon intruder, this is called a cover, this is concrete. So no look, one-handed shooting makes more sense. Okay. No look, one-handed shooting around cover makes more sense. Spray and pray, literally in this case. Which means here's cover, I'm behind cover. Start spraying. Okay, spray back, spray back. Versus seeing and then aiming and shooting. Because I know there's an intruder I want to engage in. So it's like it can make sense to do no look attacks from behind cover, just be warned. Spray, spray, spray. There's different ways you can go about it. So from here, I can do no look, or now with the dummies I can see. Okay. So from here I can engage in, and it's like this kind of range. Now, if I want to shoot here, I can just poke out and shoot, no look, okay? So shoot. Or I could do it like this, one-handed, or both hands, and then leaning more like this. Now, if I'm responding to an active break-in, somebody is like at the balcony, and as I get to that cover, they're in the process of breaking in. I might be looking to close the distance so I can shoot them with the border, hit them with border through the window. And then if they start coming in, I might be retreating, still engaging them, and be ready to use a medium weapons if needed, like retreat to strong point. But it depends what you do. And I had some hate yesterday. It's like, as usual, try to say that what I'm doing sucks. You don't know about slicing, I understand slicing the pie. Now you're reacting like an idiot because it's like, it's not that the only tactical maneuvering is that you're training for being a SWAT team, breaking into somebody's house, breaching, and then you have to clear every room as part of a team and check the corners and things like this. Like what I'm training for is home evasions, home defense, which is I already know. Like if I'm in the kitchen and I'm running in here, it's because I'm training this. Like somebody just started breaking the window, coming or the apartment just came to the window, and then after doing that, I might go in the shadow box. Oh, I just heard a window break in the kitchen, so let's quickly move over there. And it's not that it's like, do you understand? It's like you don't have to clear every angle because it's my house. So I'm training for suddenly there's somebody intruding over here, and everything else I already know. Understand? It's like there's going to be people in any room that I don't know about. Okay, so my only focus is engaging the enemy. And right now we're just using the border. So here's another thing. I talked about this before as a close range shooting drill. So from here, this is so-called a Mozambique drill, where it's 2 shots and no mass followed by 1 shot in the head. And it's a little bit more range, but from here, 1, 2, 3, for example, this one-hander, or two-handed from low ready, 1, 2, 3, okay. A little bit further range, it becomes 1, 2, 3, okay, 1, 2, 3. Now, a drill that I showed yesterday is you can do an inverter where it's 1 shot to the head, 2 to the torso. 1 shot to the head, 2 set on mass. Now, if you're fighting somebody that has armor, meaning if it's a gun, okay. If you're fighting somebody that has armor, people have covert armor. So if the home intruder has a winter coat, you don't know if they have armor or something. They will talk to somebody in Texas got a gun from that's not. But here's the point. You can assume the target has armor. So if you do a Mozambique drill, if the person is wearing armor, plate carrier or soft armor, 2 shots set on mass, you're wasting 2 shots hitting armor. And it's not until the 3rd shot, if it hits, that you're hitting something like covered by armor. So an inversion drill can be go first shot, headshot, and then walk it down and hit 2 times set on mass. Another drill that I came up with yesterday, it's going to be somebody else who told the same thing. Another drill would be first shot to the groin. From here, groin shot, center mass, head. So you can go groin, center mass, head. Okay? Or you can go groin, head, or groin, double tap, center mass, 4 shot to the head. Because that makes sense, because the first shot is to the groin, which is an area uncovered by armor, unless you know. Meaning, if somebody is wearing body armor, most likely might be a plate carrier, covertly, meaning it's like they could be wearing body armor. If somebody has body armor that has a groin protector, it's very hard to read that covert. It's like if I were wearing a groin protector on these sweatpants, it'd be printed, it'd be like it'd be obvious I got something there. So most people, if they're wearing armor, covertly, it's going to be covering the torso. So this 1, 2, 3, you're shooting. Your first shot is to a target zone that is most likely uncovered by armor. Second shot, if they got armor, hits the armor. Third one hits the head. Also I talked about this too. If somebody has a full auto firearm, like a Glock, full auto Glock, and just have this stable shooting platform, aiming at the groin, and then emptying the mag, you'll have the natural rise from the recoil. Like a high rate of fire weapon like that is really hard to control. So from here, going groin, start the burst, and the recoil at close range will naturally carry the muscle up, and you go hit here, or maybe bang, 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 okay, like this. But generally, full auto close range, like this, and then start shooting, and you'll have the weapon climb naturally. Or starting here. Now it's not just going to go in a perfectly straight line. It can go like this, or more like this, but generally, if you have a stable shooting platform, push forward into the groin, start shooting, it can go up. And for a Glock, a full auto Glock, it has a very high rate of fire and not that high of mag. For the 33 round magazine, it is still going to be less than 2 seconds before you empty the magazine. Very quick. Almost as fast as an MG42. You can actually cap off the dispersion. Now, this is one, so here's the one. Same with the stick fighting training, or sometimes I train with a stick. And I can train with the stick for stick fighting, but the stick can also be used as a training implement for fighting with a machete, for example, or a short sword. So this is, I can use it to shoot water, or I can use it like I'm using it like a gun, okay, which is not. But here, first to the groin, second set of mass, third head. And at these ranges, once again, you shouldn't have to aim. Meaning, yeah, I can aim, and there's like a little thing here because the turn thing. Like it has a thing in the front. But I shouldn't have to. So from here, I should be able to hit things just by looking at them and turning my body and moving my arms. Or even like this. I shouldn't have to aim. So within 10 meters, you should be able to hit what you want to hit without aiming, without using the sights, okay? And this doesn't really have sights, but it does have something in the front. See here. So it has kind of like a front sight. Only that. What that is about. a little bit. It's hard. It's rough. Okay, here. I can show you this. That's the blue one. Now I'm going to do something else. Speed is part of strategy. So what I can do here, I can look fire, and I'm hitting beautiful. I like it. If you look at this here, the short creeping is exactly what I want it to be, towards the head or something. Okay? But look at my hits here. And with this, I'm not looking for a tight loop. I'm looking for dispersion, like a shot. So this is the head area, roughly. And there's a group here. And it's in the head area. So here, now these, if you look at the hit, there's hit here, but it's also, it's impacted below. See? So from here, I can expose it on camera and aim. So like the illustration, this is the normal look. Pop on camera, bang, 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 and I do the 3-1 burst here. Bang, 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 that's how I was aiming. That's an aiming pattern. Where I went low left, high middle, high right. I'm looking for dispersion here. If you see here, see? And then I use the same burst again. And I'm hitting in the general points and I want to hit. Now obviously, if you want to aim with it, let's hit the dots to the top right corner without aiming. That wasn't too bad. See? This is like this. And it's in, yeah, it's acceptable. So from the hip, bring it up, and I'm hitting again. So I was aiming for that dot there. Now I'm hitting top left, same hole. See? That's interesting. So I have a tendency to hit high left, okay? I was wanting to hit that dot there, so let's go again. And I compensated my aim and what it is. So this time it's close and I hit high right. See? Because why? I notice the pattern is, the way I'm using this, I want to hit that dot in the middle. That one, now aim. Okay, hit high right. And I was hitting there, so I want to hit there 2 times. And I go, okay, let's aim, adjust my aim, and I hit there. So, once more. I'm doing this now. Here. Hit from it, yeah. And I can also use that if I'm looking at my impact and it's not saying important. Basically, so here, here's a normal. 1, 2, 3. And I use the same aiming method. 1, 2, 3. So in my mind, I'm not seeing what I'm hitting. It's like I hit a certain spot, hit higher right, and then higher right middle. So it's here, here, and here is what I'm going for. Here, here, here. Okay? Only no look. So I'm going 1, 2, 3. And this doesn't really matter because I gotta clean it anyway. So it's not clean. So here's another one to go about this. This is speed is important. Speed is that. So you don't want to spend a lot of time exposed. So I can focus on staying low exposure behind cover. Or I can go shoot from behind cover, get out of cover quickly while shooting, and then move to next cover. The new position, current position, and I'll be at the next. Look, here, let's do this. That's a drill. I'm gonna go, no look, shoot, shoot. Then I'm gonna explode out, shooting the whole way, and out as well. See? So from here, I'm doing no looks, bang, 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 bang. Then I'm gonna break cover, and what I'm doing is basically this. See, boom, okay. And I was hitting you, and there was such a little time as I moved to there. So it's while I'm moving and shooting and hitting. So there's no point in getting here and staying here. If I want to move over here, I'm shooting, no look, and then as I'm moving past, I'm shooting. Get my phone thing on there. So, let's just get that one. Yeah. And from here, what I can do, from here, no look, or no look like this, or no look like this. Obviously, I can go like this, or now here's what I'm going to show you. So from here, if somebody breaks cover, I'm ready to hit him. So I can be defensive. I can shoot a few times here. Wait, if there's a breach, they will appear in my field of fire. And I'm ready to shoot here. See, everything that's appeared from here, I'm ready to shoot it. See, I'm behind cover. People in the doorway can't really hit me. So I can no look. I can back up too and keep covering here. I can circle. Now this wall here is not called a cover. That wall is not a cover. It doesn't mean that. So now we go from this side. And this way I can do here. So from here, I can go no look right-handed shots there. I can go left-handed, no look. I can aim two-handed with my right hand. I'm seeing the gun right now. Bang, 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 bang. Gonna switch cover now. Bang, 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 bang. Shooting the whole time. Bang, 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 bang. Behind cover, yeah. So from here now, just going to these, coming here. It's like, why would I want to stay behind cover? This is the thing. Like I can be playing sometimes at distance. I can be thinking it's a guy with a stick. And other times it could be, let's say, sit down, which is quite something. So, responding to a breach while in the living room, no, in the kitchen here. Why would I want to stay here? Now from here, I can engage the doorway. Meaning if somebody comes to the door, I can engage them right away after. Here. Now, if there's somebody in the living room, and I'm responding to a breach in the living room, I might go here, check. Okay, it's the guy with a media weapon. I'm gonna close the distance. I'm gonna move up fast, ready to get the handcuff here, in case there's a range weapon. And from here, I can engage him here. If it's a melee weapon, I might be looking to keep firing and retreat. It depends on what you're dealing with. Like, good to mix things up, not only thing we want. The other thing you do to take the worst case scenario. And there have to be prepared for everything you need for this. If you're training to engage a person that has a melee weapon and a gun, if the person basically don't own a melee weapon, that's easier than a melee weapon and a gun. So from here, door reach. Bang! Well, bang, 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 motherfucker, bang, 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 motherfucker, bang, motherfucker, bang, motherfucker. So I can also have this on the toy, not ready to the toy. And when you do like this, and I can pull it if I need to. Because it's a little bit mixed now. And with 1, 2, 3, bang! Bang, 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 pull it, bang, 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 bang. I did not have this one. Okay. From here, I can cover a lot. Okay. So from here, doorway, I can move here, all the doorway, and if somebody's getting inside, I can hear from here. So I like moving and I like moving fast. Now we're gonna do more. We gotta do more stuff here. Gonna close the distance. Yesterday, after doing this a lot, there's water on the floor and I slipped. And you can capitalize on mistakes in training, which means as I slipped, I didn't just go, oh shit, and stand up again. It's like on the ground, now I'm rolling to a new position. It's like you can use training, like for example, let's say we drop this. It's like, oh, okay, get it up again. I can use that as training. I just drop my weapon, and then it becomes training to quickly get the weapon again, which is something, so you can capitalize on your mistakes and use them for training. It's not leaking there. here. Here. I call this hostage hold. And it basically you can do like this. Get the back, get the neck, get the knife. You can even have knife at the front and head at the back. And you can pull to cut the person's neck. Now another thing you could do. That's a hypothetical scenario here. It's like if the police department would go rogue and become like criminals, like they stop being like good, honorable, legal, law-abiding police officers, but become like a armed roaming gang, breaking the law and abusing people and stuff. And they send like the HRT or SWAT team to come get you. Here's the numbers. But I don't have to invent scenarios, but it's like if there's like the different skills. Okay, so if you're a hostage taker, and which means that's not always illegal. It could be in a war zone, like if in the Ukraine and the Russians assault a position, you get a Ukrainian soldier. You could possibly get the Russians to put the guns down, and you release the hostage and make a getaway. Okay. So what you don't want to do in a hostage situation is do what people might have been trained for. It's like holding the person and then looking to the side of the shoulder where you have like this target zone. So it's like one, you shoot on the left side, you swing to the right side, you're training shooting to the side of the hostage. This might be, maybe the Russians have been training for that. So something that you can do is quickly get the hostage, and I'm covering and everything. The only thing that's visible is my arm and the weapon hand. And if you're shooting the arm or the weapon hand hits the neck, this round is going to hit the person's body. This round is going to hit the person in the neck or the face. Do you understand? So I'm exposing as little as possible. So here, see here. Now I had the person. And I can, if I want, I can keep behind cover. But the point is, you don't want to pop out and keep your head visible. So here, and I'm staying behind, using his body as cover here. And the neck is ready to cut. See, it's ready to cut. This head is behind his head. This is ready to cut, but it's not cutting it. See here. So I have the head here, and I'm ready to cut, and push and pull cut. And there's a technique there. And notice how there's very little unnecessary coverage here. I'm staying behind cover. And if I get shot in the leg, I can cut the person. If I hear a gunshot, I can cut the person. If people are moving, circling to get in a fighting position, they can shoot me and not the hostage. I can rotate and cut at the same time. So, one of the worst things is like if you're in the Ukraine, for example, and it's like, let's say I'm a single soldier and I get into a house and there's one soldier there, and I end up getting him hostage, which is set it up. Because he's got guns and shit. And then the Russians are coming, like a squad is coming to assault the house. And I want to keep him alive so he can use him as a hostage. So keep them from throwing grenades into the room stuff. What I can do is back up, and get into a corner. See? So, here. a corner here, and if I hear as much as a fucking rat cough, I'm slicing this motherfucker's neck, understand? So it's a good luck, Russians, with that fucking reach. Because if I want to fuck around, I can fuck around for real if I want to. So normal tactics are not going to work, Russians. Meaning, if you break a window, I'm cutting his neck. Anything you do to get in here is a trigger for me to just pull his neck, understand? If you break a window to throw a grenade, I'm cutting his neck, understand? So before anything even goes off, if there's an explosive charge at the door, if somebody's breaking a window anywhere, I hear a door being kicked, any sudden loud noise, a breach, that, you understand, anything, I'm in a corner here, and it's just windows. If I hear anything, if I hear the Russians break a window, I cut his neck. So that is a trigger. Any aggressive action by the Russians is a trigger to cut the neck, understand? So if there's a sound of window breaking, a grenade going off, a door being kicked, I'm ready, very simple, just pull the knife, and I kind of started over in his windpipe. And even if there would be like an ambulance right outside, it's unlikely to survive the injury, the carotid artery and the windpipe being cut. So it's ready here, and it's very simple, 5 motor skills. It's not like getting a safety off or something like this. I have the blade here, and all I have to do is pull, understand? And I just slice the carotid artery past the windpipe. And you can't put a tourniquet on the neck. So he's unlikely to survive that injury. Now this would be like kind of very thin scenarios, like your Ukraine-Russian war. When would you have to take a hostage? I've seen sometimes that there's combat footage that they get a guy to surrender or something like this. But hostage scenarios are kind of weird. But in a freak situation like that, what are we looking to do? Because what they want to be able to do, the Russians, if you got a Russian, you're in Ukraine, you got a Russian hostage, and this is his neck, and you're in a corner, see? In a corner, and you're ready to cut his neck. But the Russians want to do, if they're going to try to hostage rescue the Russian, they're going to try to break the window, shoot in the head, through a distraction flashbang, but I don't know if they have that, to like get you surprised. Now that might help. If the knife is here, there's a flashbang, it might make it harder for me to get the weapon out or something like this. But it's like getting a position where you have the knife here. And all I have to do is the mental mindset. See, I decided that any sudden noise, a window breaking, a gunshot, an explosion, a door being kicked, a door opening, a window opening, I'm going to cut the neck, understand? So, bang, neck cut, understand? Window making, neck cut right away, understand? Like this. Because what you don't want is to sit there and be like, oh, the window is open, let's wait for them to get in position to shoot me in the head. Or let's walk the hostage and look through the window so they can have a marksman shoot me in the head, okay? Or the Russians like, hey, let's open the door so we can give you a water bottle. Or can you go to the window, open the curtain so we can see the hostage their lives, like this? No, bitch. I'm in the corner, got my knife to his neck, and if it's as much as a fucking peep, I'm cutting his neck right away, understand? And from here, if there's a explosion or something, it's like, that's a trigger, I'm waiting for something, and anything that's happening, a breach, is a trigger for me to cut the neck right away. I've already decided, I'm ready. It's like you hold something and you're waiting. It's the same trigger in strategy. It's like if you have a weapon in the doorway, and you're waiting for something to appear, break cover, appear in your firing zone, and you understand, you're in a position it's like, I'm waiting for something to appear and I'm going to turn to shoot it, understand? It's the same thing, hand on the trigger, waiting for something to happen, meaning a target appearing in this target zone, and I'm going to turn and shoot it. It's the same thing. It's like I have a certain action cued, and I have a certain trigger. I hear something, there's a window breaking, a door breaking, an explosion going off, a gunshot, anything. I'm pulling the neck right away, understand? So it's waiting for something to happen, and if and when it happens, I cut the neck. Now, a Bible local law supposed to have to seize weapons at all times, but it'd be very rare. There'll be like a nightmare for people coming to rescue hostage. That's it. Somebody actually knows what to do. It's not fucking easy. It's very unlikely that you end up having to use that. And it can be hard to get in a position to use that. Now, I have seen in Russia with the Ukrainians, they have sometimes that they get a hostage, several hostages. And it's not this type of hostage situation. They capture hostage, they used to portray like the Ukrainian and Russian hostage. And then it's like we have the Russian hostage, we trade that for the Ukrainian hostage. Now, a situation is like you get into rumors, a Russian get hostage, and there's more Russians who spawn and come to replace the freedom. Well, one thing you can do is to let it go. It's like if you come in downtown, it's like if you break the window, you start shooting, you kick down the door, you blasting shot, whatever you do. There's something you do to get in and out of town, which means then you gotta stay outside. And that can give you some time to possibly negotiate and hold on. Okay. Because you have the border machine. And if you don't, they might end up doing bad things. Okay. So now the second I will to also have these weapons, and if you're Ukrainian in Ukraine fighting in Ukraine, so then this would be even South based on this 50 years that this is up on setting with more stuff. Somebody wrote ridiculous, really how so? Okay. I don't know what it is. It's things that work, effects, right? There's no situation. So what we go ahead and make it for the argument for what makes what this will do the strategy or positive thinking. Okay. What basically it was relevant stuff and no nothing. But what specifically? What is it that was not effective? Yeah. Because I know that body was not to use solution. You just enable it to say about yourselves. So anyway. Now the closest I got to this, like I never been up the guy. I did have a swap, which was unnecessary because I lost that person to fight. So I didn't have a ball solution. But a lot of times the swap teams already these field they might be false because for somebody is heavily or they are criminals or it's heavily or the swap team typically is not called to do things because a lot of times the soldier has done something. That it is shot somebody running to the pocket or whatever. But in my situation, they just show up there because people had ordered to get in the side door, so I got scored. And it was not automatic because they showed up and eventually they have to verify this, the police are on the side. They asked them to come on the side. A big part of the time before having myself over was just I wanted to verify and confirm 100% it was possible. And it wasn't a breach, So that's the point. And he trains home defense to stop people taking their cycle. We understand how disgusting it is. He was sectioned before, I don't know many times, but he said so himself. Now notice how he lied. He said so himself. I've said I've been sectioned before, taken to the sidewalk. I did not say that I trained home defense to stop people. You look like a parallel person. See? You look like a parallel person as the illusion is parallel sometimes. You see? When I'm training home defense against burglars to make my home illegal weapons and full-bar machete. And then you start going, no. Let's not take this as he trains home defense to stop people taking their sidewalk again. No, I didn't say that. And when I went to the sidewalk, you used the fact I was in the sidewalk that I threw behind the safety. Well, I went to the sidewalk because a doctor decided something. But once I got to the bits, I haven't said it. Like I did get diagnosed. I wasn't kept in the sidewalk for weeks. I was kept overnight, and then the next day, they had a doctor I could see at that moment. And he got, and once I got the phone, they released me. Because I wasn't at the training to the sidewalk. workers at this place here and end up acting out and the interest must be very much I thought that they tried to do it. So I wasn't going to the cycle was a good place. So yeah, I got to finish up. I got to call my wife to write tips on the same, but don't try to teach you to do the fashion at all. It can be risky. Okay, the dog can get slipped through the okay. Don't try to teach you to do at home. And the Bible can also about self-defense, use of weapon, force, use of force. Don't do anything that's illegal or illegal. So don't do anything that will be against the law or the legal convention or the you're from Russia. The Bible will talk to what these force. And then you also avoid the legal convention. That's people which talk about laws. I'm actually in the war, I'm talking video, and I'm talking the constitutional GameStop. The GameStop is not a school, the rest is the board. And the program has been invited by the New York Convention in 155. So I've been in defense and I haven't been technical, I've been called a program, the board, or GameStop. And the way I call it is the board. I've been sprayed with chemicals on one side. If it was hot, they would be allowed to spray chemicals in the compression, chemical water. If you're using chemicals to percolate into this, that's against the laws of water. So I'm in water, but I'm in projects of where it's not really out of water, they go from the compression. I'm in spray with chemicals, I'm in food closer, I'm in shoulder, like a dog, kind of overload, and all kinds of stuff. So this is like the front gate, this whole curriculum, that is water. They even second off the water, all line offline. In the chemical water, I'm going to consume and if the water uses to consume, that's like a toxic. And it's happened, I got mad at a cat with this fire. It's like I said, a cat today, that 1 hour per month. Then it's like they always have that fire, they can be sometimes, you know, also understand that the age of the things on the dog, the law, the day of the year. It's that 5 minutes, that's why that's something you can bad, that's not something future of it. Just have somebody who is straight to future and get it wrong. This type of stuff, to get me inherent future of it, to cause pain, suffering, and over time is better. Because every will be then it would be specifically being autistic with new information. Exposure to elements exacerbates increases in information, which leads to more likely psychology, more likely not NRC, and so it's really thing. So anyway, I've been told I'm in the board, I'm a board, I push the board on the board. I've been told with receiving persecution from my games on the and it's been escalated over time. And you know what I can tell the cycle? So the doctor, and I'm going to be careful like not to like be too tight or say because the next time I might be the same doctor, it's been told this, like if this does not again, your doctor says so even in the interview, it's not crazy. It's like your doctor support this place. That I support, and I don't support this psychiatry, means psychiatry. Because they do force medications, which are harmless in the lives. So I am called that no country should be forced to medication. I don't care how crazy somebody is. I don't believe you have the right to force to medication. Especially now, when what drugs are force medicated. Like Lexapro, lithium, whatever. And some of these drugs are researched now. I believe these things like could lead to permanent brain damage. Could lead to organ failure or like liver damage. So, and I'm not a doctor on that. But as far as I'm concerned, I know that the cycle that sometimes for medical people, the drugs are like used for people who are really crazy and need for medication. I do believe that in the research now, I think that we'll find things where you can brain damage or this liver damage or kidney failure or some kind of side effect. forcing people to take medicines that could damage their permanently against their will, when especially, that's what we call it. But when you're safe, people is safe. People infected, but safe alternatives. Like if you Google Abram Crawford schizophrenia, Google Abram Crawford mindset, or Abram Crawford schizophrenia. Okay? And he was a person licensed psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever. And he was running his own clinic in Canada. And he was using automated psychiatry. But in conjunction, he was applying all the only formulas. But what he would do is private clinic for schizophrenic patients, he would be using supplements, vitamins. And not in some cases, I think he would use initially to stabilize the patient, as I told you, something psychotic, like we would maybe short term sometimes how to calm down, and then talk about it, but we got talking protocol to help you, or something like this. But you can go away with conflict. So yeah, there's an effort to make me think that I'm crazy because I'm a whistleblower, a Christian person in Sweden, like an atheist guy, for me they make it's a person that can see the truth and know the truth, so to speak. So basically, I'm a Christian persecuted in Sweden. And I'm the part of a conspiracy called Gates from the Bible, which is institutional. That the format goes into the Jackson and there's an effort to discredit this whistleblower. So what the next talk is people get accused in the life. So talk like this because this is the dollars you get caught and you are like say this, act like this. You get in pocket with this, you go on you read the act a certain way, be a certain way, for me to feel qualified. Feel like it's arrogance, violence, violence. It's like my case, this says do that, and then we can go over to the lower case that. At least they do that, so I think that, you understand? It could be, like, do you understand? It could be, I give you an example of how they can have people in my home outside. Most of the cars if I go outside. But how could it have something like how could it do that is that have farms to work on? Okay, I call it that as a goal that is bad water pressure. It's not in the more, but I like to have something to do with it. It's the water that is really the goal of that. That's okay. And so how about we look at time for 5 days. And then in 5 days, you have to go out there, there is a few flowers, and basically treated by the insect. It's hard to home. It's not a way where you even like and lie with you to my point accuracy, I can want to tell that it's hard. It could be something that you can spend a lot of people. And it's possible as well, so a lot of that's good. But I can tell you all that that's super weird strong food. Something like that could be something. And I remember that that's it for the game song. Like SSD has 5 markers of something from how to invest in so the human we're not dealing with the network circuits. So they could have been used, and I'm going to do it exactly. More head circuits and so and then if you run it, say, oh, about that, and now that people show up and watch that, and exactly 5 months is doesn't have another people walk on that with the surface. And then you did how much one. There's like one that got a t-shirt that says total and it said it could be anything else. So we just have to focus on the t-shirt, what happens is the total and we're like, oh yeah, you did that 5 months and we told to Sunday remind of this, you are left. And do you understand? So people don't have access to my personal experience, it's different people work here. But the truth is, I'm not called against stalking. They don't people recruited to follow me. They be like an online, cyber stalking and video stalking. And it's going to be solid. With hot person, we think that if I was harassed by the government, it'd be easy to see that I was harassed by the government. What do you think if you're figure out how to sophisticated and something? Do you understand? It's like overly important, it's like that, yeah, exactly is that. It's like, do you think that if I was harassed by CPR program, that needs to stay secret, that the way you do it, make that super easy, you got all the time being harassed by that. No, obviously not. Okay. So I gotta figure this out. Okay. I'll call to say goodnight. I have a license on me to leave it. I'll say something. Sometimes I'm in kitchen and call my phone, and my license still in the, yeah. Huh? I love you too, huh? I love you, huh? Sorry to call you right now. I still live, I see it all the time, I see notifications, so you say you're not, talking to the girl, I say, okay, I think it's something to call online. Yeah. Okay, I love it. Okay. Yes, mate, I will train some more, then I think I will go to it. Yeah. Yeah, that's enough. I hope you will be guest on my license. I wish have to guest on my license. Okay. Good idea. I got that. Probably not it. And I'm live again. I titled this license on my phone. I kept the laptop sheet going, and I ended it to called my wife and said goodnight to her. I'm in a long distance relationship with a Christian wife, and she lives in Thailand. And I ended my previous stream, called her, said goodnight, talked to her in virtual on a video call, and I decided to go live again and do a little bit more training, home defense training part 2. So, since I'm gonna head to wash clothes and possibly take a shower later, I will get some more training done. While I'm at it. So, hello, buddy. of the best home defense melee weapons you can have is a spear. And this will be a training standing for the actual spear. I've used this in training before, but I like to be able to touch the diamond at least lightly and have it a little bit, be able to touch it without punching it, creating puncture wounds. I'll use this here and make it as long. Be about there. And now I want my glasses. One of us will be So, I've talked about this before. I've actually used a real world scenarios on camera to teach them that was quite already lessons. Don't leave comments and click the like button because the first comment is going to get blocked. I don't care if it's a streaming or plastic comment. If you leave any comment and you don't click the like button, you get blocked. Okay? So don't leave comments or hit the like button. And this press is going to get blocked because they started writing comments and they didn't hit the like button, which is a boundary which I communicate repeatedly. So, one of the best home defense weapons you can have is a spear. Okay, it's a spear. Why? Because you have a range advantage. That's the main advantage to a spear is the range, the reach advantage. So you'll be outranging and having a range advantage over a lot of. We talk about statistics. Like most home invasions is gonna be like a crackhead breaking somebody's home to steal shit or something like this. That's quite common. Okay, so you can have a certain scenario, but it's like there's a different thing. Okay, but here's a point. So if you have a burglary, someone breaks inside of your home, a common statistic likely is they have a melee weapon. And if they had a breaching tool, the breaching tool is a weapon. Like if they had a crowbar to break open your door, or a screwdriver to somehow get the lock open, or a hammer, sledgehammer to break the door down, or a window or something, it's most likely to have an implement that they use to breach, and the breaching tool is also a potential weapon. So it would be rare that somebody has like a 6-foot spear going to break into somebody's house. Okay, now even if they did, if all you have was a knife for home defense, if they would have a spear, which most unlikely, at least you have a spear too, and you're close to equal in range. It's not that they have the range advantage and not you. So anyway, it's a good home defense weapon. It's better than a baseball bat. Okay, why? Because a baseball bat. So I've talked about this before. So first of all, I can reach you with this spear. But if you have a knife, I can stab you with this before you can stab me with your knife. Okay. Secondly, even a long weapon like this will give me a long range. If it's a narrow hallway, I can still defend the hallway and attack somebody in front of me. versus if it's a baseball bat, if it's a narrow space, I need space to generate force. To hit hard with the baseball bat, it's like I can't hit really hard with the baseball bat like this, okay, like here. But if I go from over here and swing it, I can hit really hard. So you can have you can wheel this, and it can be this short, or it can be this long. And if I want to, I can move around, but I don't need. There's a way that I can use it even in narrow spaces. Another great advantage of the spear, I talked about this before, is even against a person who has a gun and they're reaching at the door. I can use this spear to defend against a gun. A person with a gun was this now. And I'm extending it now from behind cover. This is concrete wall. This is called a cover. If you start with these like handgun bullets. So from behind here, I can touch the inside of my door with just one hand, which means this is the kill zone here. I can stab somebody coming through the door without exposing my vitals, my head and my torso and my legs. Which means I could stab you from behind cover with this spear. And all that's visible, if needs be, is this for just a brief moment. And it's not harder to hit this a small moving target. And it can also be coming from down here and up, and next time it could be coming up and down. So it can be hard to hit. So even worse case scenario against somebody reaching your door with guns, depending on the layout, you can engage the spear force ability to effectively engage people in the kill zone, like the doorway, the entryway, without breaking cover, without exposing your vitals. Okay. Whereas with a baseball bat, or we say, notice how I'm treating this, what I'm saying. With a baseball bat or machete, don't write comments like you like that. With a baseball bat, you're all going to get low. I don't care what the comments are. You have 0 likes and a lot of comments. You're all going to get low once I get back to this week. With a baseball bat, I'm behind cover here. I had to step out of cover and swing it. See, and my whole body's out of cover. Be able to swing the baseball bat here. Versus with this spear, I can be behind cover and stab from behind cover. I can also be here and retreat and keep engaging here. So that's an advantage of the spear. Secondly, this is not example. Used to be more scenario. Like a real world video in Sweden, and it was the video was this. I'm on Contra one time. There was a video on YouTube. It was like a guy filming and a woman, and it starts with on the balcony, and the filming guy who's pacing around, and he's like, "I'm coming up there, okay?" And they go, "No, you're not coming up here. I'm coming up there, damn it." And he's like pacing around, walking around, and that shot is gonna come up there. And eventually he finds a ladder and puts a ladder and starts climbing up. And then the guy filming is like his defense there, he goes and films the guy climbing up the ladder. He's like, "Don't come up here." And when the guy's at the top of the ladder by the back of the railing, the guy got stabbed and allegedly pulled in the shoulder. So like his defense is filming. The guy gets up to it, and then suddenly he got hit. So I guess the guy had a knife somewhere and very quickly got out there and stabbed him. And it's like, "Guy, he stabbed me." He's shocked. So he stabbed me. And now he starts retreating into he closes the balcony door. And now he's filming through the window out on the balcony. And the guy now has jumped on the railing and is on the balcony. Then the woman has ran it upstairs in the bathroom. And then the guy is now looking around the back and finds an ashtray or a flower pot or something like this and crashes the window, still has the knife. And now at this point, the guy starts retreating more. And eventually he gets to the point, and I guess the guy wanted to talk to the girl or something like this. She's locked in the bathroom, and the guy is outside of the door banging, and the guy is standing at a distance. So if you use that specific home scenario, like I'm outside the balcony smoking, okay? And then there's a guy who's pacing around saying, "I'm coming up there," and he puts a ladder up, okay? It's like first of all, I'm gonna have a knife on my person. It's like I have a knife on my person. So if there's any time, this would be a knife. So if I'm smoking a balcony, the guy starts climbing up towards my balcony. I'm at the latest point where he's at the top of the ladder and has a knife to stab with. I can have the knife there and defend myself. It's on my person. Secondly, at the point I could also retreat, close the balcony door, go to get my spear. And if you think about this, in a situation like that, using a real scenario, at the point where he's behind this glass window with a knife, and if he breaks this, I can stab him. He can't climb through this window, or this window, or that window, where I can be able to stab him with my spear as he's trying to get through. So it's a good defense, right? Defend here, someone can get through here. There's no way I can see here. There's nobody can get through here without risking being stabbed with the spear. So to be able to use that knife on me, he had to get through the window, and I can stab him before he even get through. So, like hypothetically. So a spear is a good home defense weapon, melee weapon. Reach advantage, you can use it from behind cover, and it's not that hard to use. It's pretty straightforward. It's a stick that you hold and you push it into what you want to hit. Okay. So we're going to do some drills. Do a little bit of drills. Now I maxed out the distance of this spear. So a one-handed, a light spear, a light and nimble spear is good. And I'm gonna get this adjusted to be of equal length to the actual spear, which I have used in training before, but I'm looking to be able to at least touch the dummy without creating a puncture wound, like destroying the muscle of dummy. There you go. About the same length. So this would be a standing for that one. And it's not going to make a difference in weight either. And I did find my best. I'm going to block some people here. So we're with no Swedish accent. So sometimes people think that they're attacking me, but it's like, yes, commonly calling with a high IQ is being linguistically gifted and musically talented and have an easy time learning instruments and languages and so on. Also commonly calling with a high IQ is a good pattern recognition recall ability, which is another thing that makes haters hate on me. That they can tell that I'm sharp and average cookie and they go mark your retard or something like this. So it's like no food it's like the paranoid. It's like this guy's not food for this. Oh yeah, that is like there's I have a greater command of the American English language than the average one. Why the knife? This person's gonna get blocked. Remember, there's 0 likes in the video, which means you're all going to get blocked. I don't care who it is. It's like if most of these people are haters, hate watching. So even if we positive comments. I've been live here 14 minutes, says 0 likes, I had 10 views right now before I started blocking people. And no matter what the comment is, then you start watching my videos and hit the like button and get blocked. I don't care if it's a normal comment. It's like a roof on the stone. And I can deviate if I want, but a lot of these people are haters and they put me in the comments like obviously haters. This person's better than me. I highly doubt it. This is Finland with a PH. No, this is not Finland. And somebody was, what the F is Finland? Yeah. Now he's also gonna get blocked. No Swedish accent, he said. Person goes, is this Finland? No Swedish accent. No, I'm not in Finland. I'm Swedish. So, I hope you don't watch this. It's just so pathetic. It's like, because I'm a Christian warrior, stand out how fearless and courageous I am. It's like now we had to develop that too. It's the admirable trait to be a courageous man. So it's like people that are so pathetic here. I want to say good things about Mike. So a guy who's training boxing, stopping skill, doing street fighting for this. Just because I'm an apologetic alpha male, or a real man, masculine man, who's not like a guy who's scared of weapons. But it's like I'm a man who's interested in being not homeless, but it's like I'm a man that is into being strong and athletic and training, fighting, and weapons, and home defense, which is like core masculinity. So it's like just because I'm exercising martial arts and training this kind home defense uh, and being valuable to other people doesn't mean that I'm scared of people breaking into my house. Okay, I'm less scared than the average person, and I actually stand out on how much courage and fearlessness I have. So it's one of the pathetic things, which the same things like if I go, I have a TI security system, so I license I'm home to keep the code of secrets I'm home, pushing my feet I'm away. Does that mean that I'm scared? Like, I'm scared if I break into my house. No, it's just I don't like being poisoned. Therefore, I'll take measures to make it hard to poison me. See, it's like I'd like to be. Do you understand? So it's not that if you take measures that are intended to protect yourself, that proves that you're scared. It's not that the only reason to do something is fear. Quite pathetic. Is a person going to get blocked? Nobody left a like on the video. You're getting blocked. I don't care what the comments are. LOL, nobody combo. That it doesn't matter. Okay. First of all, I'm not training because I'm scared of somebody coming, but I don't have to be scared or convinced that something will happen for me to train something. Okay. I mean, I could get a bow and start shooting bows. It doesn't have to mean that think that I mean I can like training certain things. Okay, without I used to train gunfighting. Okay, without thinking I'm gonna get in a gunfight anything else, I need to do my training. I don't have to be sure that something will happen for me to train for it. I think I heard someone outside. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. You're a gaslighter. Oh, yeah. Mike is scared or something. I'm not scared. Another good one is fire extinguisher. Well, it's like that. That's not the no. It's not the best home defense weapon. A fire extinguisher. No, no, it's not. As a matter of fact, depending on what the chemicals are, it's like it might be worse if you use a baseball bat on a person. Because if it has, it's like cool or some kind of thing that freezes, it might cause a serious damage. Person might go blind for his life. If there's chemicals in there, it might be that they got poison or something like this. So it might be more effective, like using a telescope baton to defend against something than a fire extinguisher. So I'm unlikely to use a fire extinguisher if I needed to do home defense. It's not a person going to get blocked. Toxic people. I live in a world full of toxic, narcissistic people, and people are just so toxic now, generally. Narcissistic. They look at you get something, but they can't reciprocate lowest level. People are toxic, narcissistic. Yeah, and I don't like uh, disgusting, toxic people. Blocking people. Just because I'm a real man and other men are not touching masculinity. It's like you see a guy that's training, and you're like, oh, nobody's coming, word, stop being scared. I'm not scared of an home invasion. But it's like this, it's common, it's like men that are real men into weapons and fighting and training, defense, or anything like this. It's like, oh, it's like, that's weird somehow. No, the weird thing is other people not being like that. And I also believe that a person, an individual, has a responsibility and a right to be as about as armed and dangerous as they can be where they live, as a preventative to tyranny. Because generally, tyrants don't like people being armed and dangerous. Because armed and dangerous people are hard to bully and control. People are armed and dangerous, and training is often make more dangerous. Makes it harder for tyrants to bully you. Which is why the American founding fathers had the amendments to right to be arms because they understood this in a well-regulated militia. So it's like, um, yeah, citizens being armed and dangerous is something that has a preventative effect to tyranny. So I do believe that every person has a right to and some amount of responsibility to be as armed and dangerous as they can be reasonably. It just as a preventive to tyranny. It's this. And here's another thing. Sometimes if I train with weapons, knife fight, we go more this code do cheating and stuff for this is want to just train. But if I end up needing to defend myself, maybe I'll be fighting two people. How fair is that to be 2-on-1? If I'm fighting two people, yeah, maybe I like to use an equalizer. Maybe I like to use something to make it more effective. Now, my Bible, of course, God stuff that I use weapons all the time. But if you get attacked by multiple people, there might be a problem with weapons come into play. We might have to use weapons because you're fighting several people. So if you're attacked by two people, it's 2-on-1, they're not fighting for you. There's about as unfair as one person pulling out a baton and a stick to fight by another person. If you're fighting two or more people, they're not fighting for you. You might have to use weapons. I'm a Christian war in a war, and it's very fitting for me to be training fighting because I'm a Christian war in a war, and I just like weapons and guns and I don't have guns, but it's like I like weapons and armor, guns and martial arts and things like this. And on top of that, I am a Christian that's in a war. A war has been waged on me, which makes it even more appropriate for me to be engaged in things like this. Anyway, this a spear can be single-handedly well. So I'm not when I'm being like help and teach here. It's not to the disgusting, sick, pathetic Greeks watching my videos that don't hit the like button. But this video might be somebody that searches for home defense tomorrow and be like, this is interesting, and he might be interested in learning things. And okay, so I'm not like putting in an effort to try to people already sorry watch and hit the like button. You can go jump in the lake with this disgusting freeze. Okay, so you can do a wheel. So this can be a water you can spread a person, and I can have the spear in one hand. You can also have the spear in conjunction with another weapon, like this, for example. So here I can stab you with this, and then this is ready to counter something, which means with a spear being one-handed, if I thrust it to you and you step to the side and then close the distance in between the spear, if you have all the rest to do with it, I have two hands, I have more power like this, okay? But if I thrust, you jump to the side, understand? Like if you step to me, I move to the side and then come at you like this, you can't use the spear anymore. Or if somebody grabs it and it succeeds in disarming it. Now in a situation like that, I stab and you get out of the way or get around it, I'm ready to counter with my secondary weapon. Here, see? Here. So dual wielding is an advantage to it, and I can use both hands or one hand. I missed that one actually. The little slip there. About what I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Okay. I'm sure that person or catch be about. And it's like you're being recorded. It's like you're writing columns. Maybe I just get to more time, not even read out the columns, just wrong. If you leave a comment and you give a quick like on, I can tell you get blocked also. So whatever you ask me questioning, saying you're gonna get blocked. Somebody said hi, you interact with them, get blocked. Now block maybe 10, 20 people. Go finish up this one. Do this one. You know, I don't have to work out it without strength. If you look at my test videos, and you can see that I have strength. This is not systolic. It's like, I would say no work out. Because yesterday I was reacting to those studies. You out there, but I don't need to give up. I get much more than my yourself. My elbow strikes up. And I have strength. So I don't have to go to build up strength. I already have strength. It's a sudden loss system where somebody already has strength, right? You need to do something to get strong. If you already are strong, you're not strong. Then you need to do this to get strong. You're already strong. I don't have to be strong, but I am already. I'm strong enough to do it. Each and all in the I think I'm strong enough. I think I'm strong enough. I can always. And I'm strong enough to be able to face and move on. So I don't have to feel about strength. I have to be. I say I'm doing. Another, I also want to turn focus. So I'm going to call it a game song. Christian word. It's a war prevention. It's a state persecution. So what we do. I'm going to call it. Now in real life, they don't like that. Because people who are follow this whole life don't like it. And that's what it is. And it's not like that. Well, after all, the things get physical and amplified. They call it the calculator. It's focus attack. Basically, in Swedish law, in such situations, it can be legal to swap or equalize, do something. The wrong person. That basically, if you go to attack people for one person, another person comes. And it is two people that is not worried. I don't think one
like I also, but I can hit the ball, I can speed it, I can have knives, I can have spears on it. But it's illegal to use meat. The guy probably is illegal to put in the money. But if you have a knife, a ball, paper spray, picture can be taken by one. You can't buy like someone else pepper spray. You can say it's that's the point. You can't bring any weapons in the house. No glass knuckles, no claw, no knife, no nothing. You can't eat your bones. So like that, I can have a knife or two knives. I can have a spear. I can have all kinds of stuff. But I can't walk inside. So I have a knife on me. But I don't know what the patch I go downstairs. If I'm eating my whole thing, it will probably go back to my brain. So if a person is here in my home with a weapon, they always break the laws. It's like you understand. If I'm trading with weapons, they're going to defense and stuff. Self-defense and defense. They don't really jump right into my house. And the weapon they go to always like they're home for the next time. And if you bring a weapon to somebody else's home, that's and we're not going to use it. It's about as important to the like me, but I can say about as important but I that's what it's important. About as important in this life, not with those in the stars like that. But if you're a person that's about as important. And getting better at fighting is being a person that doesn't fall. So the about as important to the fight. It's not being a person that goes not even five if someone's coming after it so bad. But that's a problem, these people who do the points, they do not know. Because the food is production is probably because people think that finance is probably
I hate Lord.
Ja, haben wir Ende des Streams.